Hey guys, Old Guy Gaming here, back again with another MTG Arena video, and tonight I will be doing my second season, preseason that is, of Journey to Mythic Rank. Now, originally I was going to be doing these best of threes, and kind of going all the way from bronze all the way up to as high as I could get. However, something happened today, and that is Merchant, one of my favorite YouTube creators, announced that he's going to be doing a tournament. And one of the only qualifiers to enter the tournament is that you need to be of Mythic Rank. So I'm going to try to climb that ladder as quickly as humanly possible. So I've been doing some climbing offline. I burned all the way through bronze, which was different this time because there's only one rank of bronze going through this one. So you win your 5 games, and then you're out of bronze, and then you're into silver. And I have climbed my way all the way up to Silver Rank 2. I am almost at Silver Rank 1, but I did want to get a video in for this week, and what better way to do it? So I have been trying to climb as quickly as possible, and of course, to do that, I'm playing mono red. I apologize for that. It is one of the ones that I have the highest win ratios with. I'm going to continue to kind of play with it. One of the other decks, though, and if this one goes cold on me, I will kind of point this out. One of the other ones I've been playing that's been doing really well, actually, is the Gruul Stomy Deck that I did a video for. And if I can figure out the annotation things, I'll put that up there to go and check that one out. So I've been having a lot of luck with it because, A, it does really, really well against red aggro and does really well against control. Being able to, creature spells can't be countered, and you can't be targeted by things like Settle the Wreckage, so it's been a pretty good deck. I have a bunch of them. This one here, oodles of fun. There is a video coming for this one, the Gates deck. This is not your Teferi Reclamation, Wilderness Reclamation, Fog, Turbo Fog variety. That's boring to me. I don't disparage players that do play that. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's just not my style of Magic. This is more the Ram deck where I'm going to jump out these gigantic creatures and Hydroid Crises and oodles of mana. It's so much fun. It's such a weird, crazy little deck. So I might switch into that one. But tonight we're going to go ahead and start with Mono Red Burn. Yeah, so I do apologize for... I'm getting over a little something, so if I mute the mic, that's why. So yeah, no, when Merchant announced that, I was like, yep, I'm all over that. No creatures in the opening hand, but I do have burn spells. I'll keep it and see what happens. I have a way to refill my hand. I have a way to do some damage. Ooh, Simic. Wonder what we got here. I'm going to hold on to the shock so that I can trigger Skewer the Critics next turn. Just get things out faster. Would really like to see a creature here, especially against the Simic colors. They do have a lot of counters. I played a great one here in my warm-ups, where someone was running the Biogenic Ooze, which I absolutely love that card. I think that's fantastic. Alright, well, we'll drop the Vaishino then. Oh, he's got Quench. No, he let it go through. Interesting. Okay, so that's a wizard trigger, so that's a bonus for us. Wizards like Growth Spiral. So I'm curious if this is the Teferi variety Wilderness Reclamation deck, or if this is just a genuine Simic deck. Well, we're about to find out. Let's trigger Spectacle. Let's Skewer the Critics. Let's drop that Wizard's Lightning. And drop the shock too while we're at it. And on the next turn we can Risk Factor. That's what I love. This deck's so dirty. Not gonna do that one. I'm gonna go ahead and pull Risk Factor. I can't imagine he's gonna give me the cards. But he did. So now I can get the Electrostatic Field down and another Risk Factor. Oh, this is the Gates deck. I love this deck. This deck is so cool. I'm gonna hate doing this to this deck, but I will do it nonetheless. No, I'll hold. I practically have enough to win the game here. So yeah, this thing, the more gates that come into play, it's so much fun. It's such a weird, kooky deck. And the upside to this gates deck is, with the exception of the Hydroid Crisis, and you don't necessarily have to go that way, you can go the Gargoyle that gets them. It's all common and uncommon cards. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of just common and uncommon cards just thrown together, and you've got Gates Ablaze to do as a board wipe, and then you've got these guys here that just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger as the gates keep flowing. It's super fun. So, I was going to say, if I were him, I'd just swing. I have no intention of blocking. Because with any luck, I'll win this game. I'm going to go ahead and do that free damage. Oh yeah, this is over. So we'll drop Electrostatic Field, drop the shock, and call it good game. Makes you feel dirty, doesn't it? Ooh, he's got a negate. That's cute. Yeah, all he needs one spell. Even if it doesn't cast, the electrostatic fields go through. Now, he may have the Hydroid Crisis that allows him to gain some life. I'll do my damage before it goes. Vashina Pyromancer for the win. And there we go. Silver level 1. Well on our way. Yeah, so I was mentioning before, so the Bronze League was only... Ooh, what do we get? Gateway Sneak, cool. The Bronze League was only 5 wins. Once you got to 5 wins, you were out of Bronze. The Silver League acts like the Gold League did before, or I guess they did before, so it's 2 up whenever you go down. So, I mean, it's really interesting how they just kind of like, yeah, way too many ranks for the Bronze League. Why mire people down there? We're just going to get them into the fighting. Again, another no creature turn. Didn't seem to hurt us so much last time. Our opponent has mulliganed down to 6. We will be a gentleman and say hello. Get the Spear Skewer out. If nothing else, it's a trigger for Skewer the Critics. One more mana and we're good. Oh, a Golgari deck. And again, still seeing these floating around. Now, the downside, of course, of the Golgari deck is that there is the Branchwood Walker, which I now have an answer to. I gotta hold that because you know that you know that the I'm sorry, not the Branchwood. What am I thinking? Wildgrowth Walker. You know that card's coming down. The instant that comes down, that's going to be life gain for him. So that's one of the occasions where I'm going to take exception to my rule of not bolting creatures. And he took damage for a land. It's an interesting choice. Don't know that I would have made it. Oh, he may not have it. He's got the Hydroid Crisis. That's... Oh, he binned it. Ooh. Nope, I'll take it. That's better. Where do we want to go? part of me really wants to just go face on this. Yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get the most amount of damage out of it then. Because most likely he's not going to let us refill our hand. Exactly, so he's going to let us take the damage. That's fine. All I need is one wizard. Guy 2 of Lava Runner would be perfect right here. Come on. Come on. Sure. Nope, I'll take it. All these Wizard's Lightnings had nothing to do with them. Let's see if we can get him down. I've got enough Wizard's Lightnings. I don't necessarily need to keep that one in hand. This potentially does more damage or refills my hand. One or the other. Works for me. Now I have enough to win the game. Because what I'll do is I'll shock him on this turn. I'll Electrostatic Field. That'll take him down to 4. Use him. That'll take him down to 3, and then I'll Lightning Strike him. I'll do this turn. Sure. Takes him down to 3, and Lightning Strike for the win. I guess I could have gotten greedy and put the Electrostatic Field down, but I chose not to. Man, I got my flu shot this year, and I've not gotten sick. Like, I've been able to make it into work and everything okay. I've not gotten a fever or anything like that, but man, I just cannot get rid of this cough. It's not even a cough. It's that annoying tickling in the back of your throat that just drives you crazy. I'm already getting bored of this deck. This is just such a grind to go through and get into where you want to get into. Okay, so now we got... Oh yeah, I'll keep this. Because I have ways to refill my hand really quickly. Opponent goes first. So... Oh, goes into the tap land. That works for me. So that I can actually light up the stage and screw the critics on the same turn, next turn. So we're going to do this. And we'll hold. Wonder what he's playing. I see Gates. This could be the Gates deck here. It's so fun. It's such a fun deck to play. I totally get why it's a big deal. Why everyone's playing it. Which way to go? Let's get as much damage in as we can quickly. So we're going to go ahead and tap that. We're going to light up the stage. Then we get the Electrostatic Field down next turn. See, the thing with this Gates deck is there are ways, I was just going to say that, there are ways in this deck to gain life back, which is why, especially with the Hydrocrisis, and then, ooh, my arm of my chair just fell down. And then there is an Angel. I don't see a lot of people running the Angel, but a Gates Ablaze. Cool card. So... Oops, didn't mean to mute him. Take the 4, fine by me. I really want to get the electrostatic field down, but again, he's got 4 Gates of Blaze in there, so he will just wipe the board. So I'm trying to actually hold on to creatures, and that, because as far as I'm concerned, this is just damage amplification. So, oof, what to do? Let's see what he does. I know this is a risk. Took the damage in for the win. Whew. That deck can get out of hand quickly, so that's the only way to really beat it, is to get in on it quickly. One more win. So, I don't know. Oh, cool artwork. So cool. I think one of the reasons I didn't make it into Mythic, mostly because, of course, I'm a dad. I've got a full-time job. So I can't sit down and grind out all day long. But I spent so much time trying to brew and craft and try out decks that I've seen on the internet that I thought were interesting, that I never really got the opportunity to really dedicate time into it. But since I kind of have a motivation now, I really want to get into that tournament. You might see me playing a lot more, even whenever I'm brewing decks. I mean, because wins I get there count towards my rank, so why not use them? So I think what I'm going to end up doing is, from this point forward, and it stinks to take a deck that you're, especially like some of the budget decks. Like, we got a whole bunch of budget decks I really want to try out for my next wave. Like, we got all the cool stuff that came out of... Here are the big decks that are going to come out of Ravnica Allegiance. Okay, cool. So I've now done those. So now I've got a whole bunch of other brewing decks that I've got to do to kind of fill out the rest of the season. I hope that this is... Oh, this might be just another Gates deck. Holy cow. How many of these do we've got? So I need to squeeze in as much damage as quickly as possible. I think I'm going to hold off for Electrostatic Field. I think that last game I really made a mistake by not leaving it getting out there, because there was damage left on the board. Oh no! Probably going to gain the 4 life. Yep, that's what I would have done. Let's go Electrostatic Field. There's a really big part of me that wants to shock that thing and get off the board. Probably a mistake. But I have enough in here to really start doing some damage next turn. For 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. You're looking at 8, look at 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean, he's almost dead next turn. If I get 1 mana and this plays out the way I want it to. Didn't get the mana. I'm holding on to that. I know, I'm breaking my golden rule. I'm not supposed to do it to creatures, but I've got him so close. I hate this time of year. I live in western Pennsylvania, so it's cold. I mean, it's warm now, but that's kind of why I feel like I'm coming down with something, because we went through, like, the... He's going to do it with the electrostatic field. Yep. We went through the polar vortex that most of the U.S. went through. This should actually be interesting. Because if I do my maths right, that would be game. So we had the polar vortex where it was like negative 12 degrees in western PA. Gold rank! Woo! Now let's see if I can get out of the gold ranks. So yeah, we had the polar vortex that came down, and you have like these -4 degrees. The kids were off school for 3 days. And now today it was 60 degrees. So like no wonder people get sick this time of year. Ooh, that was quick. A little too quick. Zippity-doo-dah quick. That's concerning. Here's my first mono white life gain deck. That'll be fun. So I'm going to go with the Spear Skewer first so I can trigger enough damage in the early game. This does basically just vomit my entire hand. I'm top decking by turn 2. Not sure. Ooh, that'll work. Let's do the damage. Let's go true degenerate burn. And then these two will come in with haste whenever they come back in, so that's actually not that bad. Oh, ho, ho. Interesting, young man. Comes into play tat. Very nice. Nope. You're a blocker from this point. This could get interesting. Takali Honor Guards are such a cool card. History of Benaya. Yep, this is going to be the White Rush deck. And we'll... do some more damage. Most likely he's going to take it. Yep. And then I'm just holding blockers at this point. So depending on what card I draw, I'll just hit him with History, or hit him with Risk Factor one more time. I mean, I'd like to get the blocker out there. Ooh. Ooh. This could get scary quick. What would be ideal would be a shock. Or a lightning strike. A shock would be better. He's not going to come in with that. Okay. Ooh, we'll just pull this straight out. I won't have to cast anything. You want to take the 4? You want to take the 4? He does not want to take the 4. Oh, I can't do that. I'll do that instead. And that'll just give me blockers for his big creatures coming in. Like, sure, she'll come in and hit me. This one might get me. But it's not going to be a significant amount of damage. And then I'll Risk Factor and kill him. Sure. They don't have trample, so I mean you're only killing 1, 2, 2. Yeah, I was gonna say give it to herself. That's what you really want to do. Decisions. Do I go for the 4 damn... Well, yeah, he'd actually... No, if I pull that off, he'd have to give me the cards. I'd like to keep a wizard there. I'm looking at 8 damage. Yeah, no, I'll take it. I was on... As soon as I clicked the button, I was like, oh, Pride of Conquerors. But no, he did not do that. I'm only keeping there in the event that I pull a Wizard's Lightning. Sure. So I'm either dead next turn or... Okay, so... We're going to drop one of these. We're going to do this. We're going to discount the mountain. He's going to give us the cards, or he's dead. I'm one away. I'm going to lose this because of that. Did not pull what I need. Because even if I shock him, he's at 3. Oh no. Whew. Miscounted. And then win the game. Oh, lucky I did my math there. Gold tier 4. I will admit, though, with this season and actually spending some time to grind, I've burned through Silver League. I played a burn deck. I think I'm going to play one more game with the red deck. This is getting... I mean, don't get me wrong. The deck's good. It wins. And I just feel like such a tryhard doing it. I want to try something else. I think I might move on to my Gruul deck after this. All good things. No wizards, but all good things. We'll go electrostatic first. It's more important to get this down than it is the creatures, as far as I'm concerned. Especially if I see blue on the field. Looks like he might be playing Is It? Reasons. So let's go the Pyromancer. Let's go the Wizard's Lightning. This deck actually does give me a little bit of fit because he'll burn through all of his spells. He's got enough burn spells himself to deal with the creatures, and then of course he has the Drakes in the air, and that is a little bit more difficult to deal with. Because what this deck lacks are flying creatures. And he charts a course. Sure. Please take 4 damage. Because if I don't get something good here, I'm just gonna do it again. Sure. I could just play it on its own. Quench. Negate. Syncopate. What do you got? He's got nothing. That's what he's got. He's got an opt. That's what he had. He had an opt. Those little cantrip spells that they've got, probably had a dive down or something. Like, no, I'm going for you, personally. So unless I get something relatively good, I'm just gonna continue to risk factor him. Interesting. See, if it had been me, I'd have held up that 1 blue mana to make me think that you had a counter. I mean, I'm still going to do it, but... Now an interesting choice. Do I pan the Viashino? Yeah, I do. Because if he takes the damage, good. If he doesn't take the damage, I've got more cards I can put out, which is exactly what just happened. He'll block with his 1/1. Or he's going to give me more cards. I don't think he knows that. I know, it's a hard choice. Yep. Doesn't have the mana to adapt it. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. This could be over. If he's got enough spells in his hand, this could be over. He's at 12 right now. 13, 14. He could do it. If he's got 2 spells in his hand, which he does not. Holy cow. He's got another Enigma Drake. That's going to do it. So we're going to Wizard's Lightning. We now know that he does not have the cards, and we'll Lightning Strike him. Woo! Super close. Alright, we've done enough red burn for the night. Let's change decks. Oh. Let's pick a new deck. What do I want to play? Let's play the Gruul one. I like that one. That deck's so much fun. Probably going to regret that decision, but I'm in the lower ranks of gold. What harm can it do? It erases the 3 wins that I just had. I'll get them back with red burn. Feed your Neopets. That's funny. Sure. So this, if you didn't see the deck for this one, this is really built upon the Riot mechanic. Has the Gruul Spellbreakers, has Rhythm of the Wild, and basically a whole bunch of creatures that abuse. So if I do this right, that abuse the Riot mechanic as much as I can. Blue-white does not make me feel good. So let's go in and attack first. See what he does. Gonna let it happen. Gain life. So he's a turn away from his board wipes. So we're actually going to go haste with this one, assuming he lets it hit the table. He did not. Yeah, he needs 1 more mana to have... Actually, yeah, no, he would need 1 more mana to do, like, Cleansing Nova to get everything off the board. Which would be unfortunate. Comes in tapped. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. It's the gaining 3 life that's going to be painful. I shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have given him the opportunity to gain the life. That was my mistake right there. I kept him alive. And I'm going to lose this game because of it. Watch. It's completely my fault. I should have... Oh, no, he quit. Oh, whew. He must not have the spells. No, that was a huge, huge misplay on my part. When I saw the first absorb, I should have been like, oh, he's just going to gain life off my countering my spells. Should have just went through and see what he had. Knew he didn't have the board wipe. I love the arc on this one, too. Sadistic Skymark. This is where they were trying to do the whole, like, vampire-only decks. And don't get me wrong, Black-White Vampires did become a deck, but it never really became super good. It's just a fun deck. I mean, you could get things like Aperture of Blood, and you can get Sanctum Seeker. I mean, and you could really make vampires, like, super gross. Too slow. I'll keep it. I'm going to regret that, but I'll keep it. Since I don't have a turn 1 play, I will play the tap land. Oh, I thought it was going to be... I was going to be Thought Erasure. One of the strongest cards in the game. Hey, Galta, that's nice. Gone. So, depending on what deck this might be... Yeah. Which card am I going to drop? I am going to drop the Llanowar. So much for all those syncopates you put in there, because you're not going to be able to counter my spells. Haha! Ravenous Trooper Garber. Cool. And we're going to double riot this. Take that off the board. Doom Whisperer. Put a +1/+1 counter on that and say, hi, Doom Whisperer, how are you? It's gonna be the Hasting Galta that's gonna be funny. I can't wait. It's like my favorite thing to do. Please, please let me have this. Please let me have this. Please. No, haste, please. You can have a +1/+1 counter. He's gonna return Galta. Oh, boo on you. Darn it, it's so cool when it goes off. He's going to return Galta. He's going to block the Vinemare with Doom Whisperer. Or he's going to block it with Dream Eater, one or the other. And then he'll block the... Yeah, he'll kill both. One time. One time on camera. Why couldn't that have happened? The Hasting Galta is so amazing. This game's already over, by the way. That actually won him the game. Because what he's going to do, he's going to bounce Galta. He's going to kill the Vinemare, kill the Goblin. I'm not going to have anything to swing back. He's going to hit me with 10. Even if I get something out, even if like I don't have enough mana to recast the creature power to recast Galta, and that is going to be a problem. Are you trying to just... What? What? Why? Why? I do not understand that decision at all. And he's going to pay more life. Why? I'm confuzzled. He could have had that one. Oh, man. He totally could have won that game. Like, we sat down and talked it through. Like, he really should have won that game. I should not have won that game. There are so many better choices he could have made for what he should have done is he should have bounced Ghalta, not Rhythm of the Wild. He should have killed my 2 creatures next turn, because then I'm done. I don't have the mana to cast Ghalta. I don't have... No, he wins the next 2 turns. It's like whenever you see players walk up to a chess table and go, checkmate in 2 turns. That's what it was. It was checkmate in 2 turns. He had 2 things in the air that I was not going to be able to handle. I played competitive chess once before, too. So occasionally you will hear... Okay, no early game at all. All cool creatures. No early game at all. No mana at all. Nothing but mana. Thank you. I feel because... Oh, and it's going to be against control, too. Like, what? Why even bother? Can I resign now? Is that okay? It would have been different if I'd have gotten some of my rioters out. Like, I have... You have an early chance at this... To beat this deck. I mean, maybe he'll draw poorly, too. It is possible. This is probably the Wilderness Reclamation variety of the control... Oh, look. All the mana in the world. I have 2 mana free. It's not worth spending. Sure. I am 1 more mana away from being able to hard cast Ghalta, or being able to cast Ghalta, but he's going to have control spells. It's never going to hit the table. There's Teferi.
I hold that thought.
Oh, look, it's fog.
It's only a matter of time.
So this is interesting, because he is getting a little low in the old card department. I mean, he's scrying enough, he's going to flip Ascanta here any second.
Let's skip to the good part.
How many does he have? Probably 5. And the fog part. Sure. So I need to slowly work him out of fogs, because if he taps down, I can get Ghalta out. I mean, he'll wipe all the creatures off the board, and once that happens, this is over. Yeah, this is... I hate to say it to my boy Teferi, but this is going to be one of the cards I really feel are going to hit with a Banhammer Brute. So I don't know if you guys heard or not, but I guess there was a one of the Pro Tours, Shamir, one of the Pro Tour players, Shamir, was actually streaming on his Twitch channel, and he ended up in a game against a Teferi Turbo Frog deck, you know, the one that we all know and love. He let that hit the table. The Turbo Fog deck that we all know and love, but this particular Turbo Fog deck did not have any win conditions at all, and the game literally went on for him just cycling through Nexus of Fate, Nexus of Fate, Nexus of Fate for like 2 hours. Well, one of the developers to the game was watching the game because, you know, Shamir is a top drawer player. They're watching him, seeing what he's doing.
No time for
And, of course, they ban the player, at least temporarily. I don't know how long. He's not obviously on the MTG ban list that I've seen. So they ban the player for that particular tactic, which I hope... Oh, there it goes. Now this is over. This exact deck, actually. But anyway, so they banned the player that the guy was playing against so that the game would end. But it drew to the attention, at least of the game developers, that Nexus of Fate, Teferi, Wilderness Reclamation, this endless loop that I'm going to get stuck in as soon as he throws Nexus of Fate down, it's unbeatable. Like, and it's dry, it's boring, and here we go. So again, I am not by any stretch of the imagination disparaging anybody who chooses to play this deck, but good God, is it boring to play against? It's boring to watch. It is boring all around. And as soon as he goes through his loop, we will actually concede, because there's no way to win this game at this point. Like, he will, especially with Wilderness Reclamation, he's just going to continue this loop forever. He will eventually... If I had 2 hours to waste, I'd let it go. But he has no win conditions. He may have Karn. I don't want to disparage that guy. He may actually have Karn in the deck to build creatures and eventually win the game. But he's just going to ultimate Teferi. He's going to keep Nexus of Fate and Fading, and just going to keep going over and over and over again. It's so dumb. And maybe I'm old, but I distinctly remember Wizards of the Coast at one point in time being super keen on the concepts of these infinite loops and trying to break those. If there was a combination that permitted an infinite loop, or presented itself as an infinite loop, he can't counter this. If there's an instance where an infinite loop presents itself in Magic the Gathering, more often than not, they try to break that infinite loop so that it can't happen anymore. I don't know why I'm continuing this. Yeah, he's just ultimate.
With each turn of the clock, your reality will crumble.
Oh, he's got the one from the beta test.
This
That's
isn't a fight
cool.
you can win.
The closed beta. I've got one too. Yeah. Yeah, now, oddly enough... Alright, to save you guys all of it, you've heard me complain about this deck. We all know. These two cards, Nexus of Fate, Teferi, Wilderness Reclamation, two of these three cards need to go away. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and push this anymore. It's simply because it's just it's no fun. It really... I don't know who at R&D at Wizards thought that card was a good idea. And I'm sure I knew what they were thinking. They were thinking, oh, with such a high mana cost, you're never going to get it off. It will. It will happen. So we have the pleasure at least coming close on that deck before he went completely insane. And I'm pretty sure the guy that we beat before was also the same deck. I just can't imagine grinding out wins with that deck. They'd have to be... It would take you years. Because every game takes 20 minutes long to play. Or more. You get Shamir that does 2 hours. Cool. Bolt the bird. So since we know what we're up against... We're going to make him burn his spells. A wise Redburn player would focus on me and not my creatures. I, however, do not see that coming from this player. Oh, he's playing Rakdos too. Interesting. So there's a really good Rakdos deck with Judith and the Fireblade Artist. And what's the other one I'm thinking? Midnight Reaper, where the whole sacrifice creature mechanic is really... And it's a really good deck. It does a ton of damage. One more mana and this game gets fun. Interesting. I'm getting the distinct feeling that he is mana screwed. No. Not by the slightest. There it is. Theater of Horrors, too. Ooh, interesting. No mana. I got oodles of Hellkites, though. Sure, why not? Come in with some haste and do some damage. He exiled his own. He'll get it back. I do need to get up on this deck quick. Getting Theater of Horrors is out is a little concerning. Interesting. Come on, mana. Where are you when I need you? That's the upside to having haste on that card, by the way. Because it still gets the credit for that. It still gets its ability, and it now has haste, so it comes in as a 7/2 with haste. Why? Why? Oh, because he's going to trigger. That's fine. Actually, I don't think it saves him. Sure. So I'm going to hold Rabbit Bite. Because we know he's going to cast a Rekindling. I just need one more mana. Come on, this is actually getting kind of pathetic. I feel like I've been waiting on mana for 3 turns. No, you can have it. It's 1. Trigger Spectacle, pulls all those cards. Cast the land. Is he going to Lava Coil my creature? Probably not. That's why we have to bump that up at least. Footlight Fiend. I love this card. Love the art. Rekindling. Cool. Nope. So I'm going to hold off so I can actually block the Rekindling. Kill it. On my turn I can Rapid Bite it. Totally forgot he had the Lava Coil. Oh well. Oh, Spawn of Mayhem. Such a cool card. There is a great... Dev from Strictly Better MTG has a great mono black Mayhem deck. I've got to try. Gutter Runes too. Oh, come on. I feel like I'm 1 mana away from winning this game. This is why it's so frustrating. Sure. Gutter Runes. Love the card. Reminds me of the old Dread Wanderer. That's what this deck is. Just get... Oh, come on. 1 more mana. Are you serious? He's got to kill something. Sure. Probably do it to me. Yep. Spawn of Mayhem, such a cool card. Arguably better than Demon of Catastrophe. I recognize the Demon of Catastrophe comes in at 6/6 and you only have to sacrifice a creature, but that one has the ability to just build up. The reason why he's not going to cast it is because he'll be dead in 2 turns. There's Judith. So 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. We waited for that mana for so long. 1 mana. 1 mana is all I needed, because this would have come in as a 5/5 trample, or 5/5 flying and haste, and would have flown over and won the game. 1 mana. Oh well. Is what it is. Alright, I'm going to give you one game with the Gates deck. I'll give you a preview. I haven't even done the deck tech. You should probably know this one. I just want to play it because it's fun. And this will be the last game I play for this one. So again, this is not the Teferi Wilderness Reclamation Nexus of Fate Gates deck. This is the Ram Jam. Whoa. No, because I can't cast any mana. That's interesting. Not necessarily better, but that is interesting. So we'll drop that and we will say hello. So this is the one that I run. Oh, this could get bad quick. We would get red burn against this. Yep. He knows it. I know it. This deck is just too slow to be able to put up with that. And I don't have the cards in my hand. I don't have any of the gate draws. This game's over. By the time I'm able to get anything out that would even remotely come close to challenging him, I'm going to be dead. Yeah, that's it. Well, that was quick. That wasn't even a good time. I couldn't even show you the deck and I got crushed so bad. What does a My Red deck ever play that fast? So yeah, this deck, by all means, I don't know. There are some people that think that this deck is super competitive. And then I'm like, but it does that against Red Burn. And Red Burn's a huge deck right now. So, I mean, while I agree it's kind of fun, I don't know how competitive it is. Okay. We at least got a Growth Spiral, we got the Ram. Okay, this is a little bit better. Not a lot, a little. One of the greatest games of Magic I've played recently was against another gate deck. It was amazing. No, don't do this. That's not fun. Oh, oops, I thought that was the other one. Yep, missed out on an opportunity to gain life there. That's my own stupidity. Is this the one? Yeah, let's go that one. I'm almost... Sorry, I have to answer this text real quick. I apologize. And I should turn my phone off. Right there, in the microphone. Oops. That's professional. Right there. Let's drop the blue. Let's get Gilgate Summit out. Watch him counter it. Why is it when I want to have fun, nobody lets me have fun? Nobody lets me have any fun. I don't even know how someone in R&D said at the beginning of your end step, untap all of your lands. No, that's not broken at all. Counter. Oh no! He's gonna actually let me do that because it's not a creature. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cast a 0 Hydroid Crisis. Nope, that'll wait.
I know my responsibility. Hurry!
Oh boy, this deck's so much fun to play against. Counter. This is why Banefire's been my sideboard for this deck. So the second game, you filter out a lot of... You actually let that hit? I'm holding creatures because he's just going to board wipe the hell out of me. In the sideboard, of course, you fill this up with negates and quenches and Carnage Tyrants and Niv Mizzets and a whole bunch of things that A, he can't counter, and B, it's damage that he can't avoid. So there is a way to build this deck to play against this deck. Niv Mizzet's my personal favorite. Like, with Wilderness Reclamation, you don't even need his ability for that. I mean, it's the card draw. I get it. It's kind of a side effect. But, like, this is why, like, the Turbo Fog deck was bad enough as it is, because he always had 2 mana up for a counterspell. And then you gave him more ways. Okay, and now we've started the loop. And this is where I quit. Because there's no way to win this game at this point. So, anyway... That's a sad, sour note to end this one on, but it is what it is. The deck's out there. You've seen it. Defeating it is a challenge unless you are like right in their face, and by turn 4 they're dead. So that's why the red burn decks are as popular as they are, is against decks like that. It's a good deck. It's tough. It's just not my flavor of Magic. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe. Let me know how you're doing in your climb into Mythic Rank. Have you heard about Merchant's tournament, and do you intend to try it in? What decks are you going to take into that tournament should you make it to Mythic Rank? I'm really kind of curious to see what everyone's running out there. So in the meantime, have fun out there, guys. We'll see you in the next video. And as always... I almost said the closing line from my podcast, which is an X-Wing podcast, if you're interested in that. As always, we will see you in the arena. This video was brought to you in no small part by our patrons. If you would like to help out the channel, go to www.patreon.com/oldguygamingmtga, and thank you